Amoussou in the stand-up. But then again, Frank, on the ground, did spend more time on his back than my ex-girlfriend. On the ground, it was all Nakamura.
You know, he really got control. You have to give ring control to Nakamura because he controlled most of the round. He had the position the entire time. He really did everything. But the aggressiveness has to go to Amoussou. So now you got to figure out which way you're going to go. And you know, to grade a whole 10-minute round is very difficult as a judge. It's going to be really difficult. And actually, in front of us right here, people at home can't see it, but we have Matt Humes, actually one of the judges for this one. He's actually sitting right in front of us. And I wish I could actually pick his mind in between these rounds and see how he's rating these things, because a round like this is difficult because you have a guy that basically beat the other guy up on his feet but then got beaten up on the ground. Which way are we going to go? A lot of great action here. I don't understand why Nakamura wasn't trying to pass more when he was on top, but he does a good job of winging these punches and going to his judo position, like stepping inside. I mean, that makes the most sense, and that's really the most control and the most space to be able to make that happen by trying to dig a guy out and really get your body in.
Tu frappes, tu ressors, Karl. Fais-moi des enchaînements.
Intriguing first round, and a lot of people thought it would be over already by now, but Nakamura has proven to be a handful for Karl Amoussou on both of their dream debuts.
Well, in judo, you know, Nakamura fought some of the best guys in the world in judo, and so he's used to tough matches, tight matches. Obviously not a 10-minute round, you know, but still definitely a man that's been in really, really tight competitions. So you have to see what's going to happen as things progress in this next round.
Second round is a 5-minute round. And can Amoussou keep it on his feet here, having spent a lot of the opening stanza on his back? They touch gloves. The gloves are up very high here on Nakamura, and that's why, because Amoussou is so devastatingly fast with these straight-line punching combinations that I really do commend. All too often we see a lot of fighters loop their punches in mixed martial arts. Much more effective to go up that center corridor.
Nakamura not only needs to keep his hands up high, but he needs to keep them tight too, because if those little gloves sneak through on a bolo-type uppercut, he can finish it.
Jumping knee was sloppy. Got to be careful not to Arlovsky himself with those sloppy jumping knees. Karl Amoussou takes an inside thigh kick. Shoots in for a single here, does Nakamura. Amoussou, caution for holding onto the ropes.
I got to be honest with you, if I'm losing the fight and Nakamura's about to take me down again, I'm going to battle too. Oh, guillotine. Oh, it's loose though. Sorry, it's tight. I thought it was tight by the angle that we first dropped on, but it's very loose. Nakamura's fine in here. See his forehead's on the ground. He's picking those hands apart. Amoussou's not pushing out at all. He's got no space. You know, he's not tightening the space at all. Nakamura's going to get out of this easily.
Nakamura is out of this predicament. Inside the guard of Amoussou. Amoussou closes that guard. Trying to get back to his feet, the Frenchman. Nakamura says, no, you're not going anywhere, son. Staying down here with me, all nice and sweaty.
Well, I've already said the best place to be is on top. If you're going to control the pace, keep control of what's going on, and really, if you've got a guy that's a better striker than you really need to put a guy in a spot you can beat him up, and that's to put him where he can't punch and kick you, and that's on his back. Smart move by Nakamura. I still think he's wasting a lot of energy with his feet here. He's posting up. He's not really trying to guard pass. He's not doing anything that Amoussou can't stop, except go right to a triangle, which he's trying to sneak into right now. And Nakamura's in a little bit of a predicament here until he pops his head out like he just did. Now he's going to be passed, but he's going to get caught back in guard again.
Nicely done from Amoussou. Puts Nakamura back inside his glove and closes it. 3 minutes remaining here in the second set for 5.
I'm really impressed by his guard recovery. He's done it from multiple different positions, and Amoussou's really good in the bottom, you know, taking it, keeping Nakamura in the middle of his guard. And it's tough because a guy like Nakamura who's punch passing is really trying to get by. Trying to make it look kind of easy, but tonight it's been really difficult.
Trying to pull up on the back of the head there, Nakamura. Amoussou takes a little popping right hand to the jawline once more. Those hammer fist strikes have less weight behind them than Kate Hudson. And look at Nakamura trying to drive through with that left hand. Controlling the left hand here of Amoussou. Lets it free and drops the right hand. Lowers the boom once more. This is good work from the top, I feel, from Nakamura. Amoussou now really needs to change up tact a little. He will not win this fight from his back, Frank. He will not win it in this position.
Well, he's got to do a better job of letting go and moving, using his legs and using his body to try to get up and get out. He's just trying to go to half submissions right now, but it's going to be really difficult to get on Nakamura. But one of the problems is it's hard to do because every time he makes any kind of motion, Nakamura looks to pass or looks to put him back down on his back again, so it's really hard for him to get out of this position.
Ooh, fires that uppercut like a diesel piston off the right hand, does Amoussou. Very sweaty bodies now, trying to pass once more, Nakamura. You see Amoussou looking to lock up the right leg here. Nothing happening though for the Frenchman. Gets a forearm across the throat and a couple of little hammer fist strikes to the schnoggin. 1.5 minutes remaining. You feel this has to be Nakamura's round so far because he's been so busy on the ground. Still though, there is enough time for Karl Amoussou to go kleptomaniac and steal it with 1 minute 15 remaining. Good right-hand again from Nakamura. This is what Nakamura does so well, Frank, in all of his wins pretty much, or at least 72% of them. He grinds out decisions like this.
You know, he really could be a better finisher if he would have more confidence. Now, he got a yellow card. If he had more confidence on his stand-up game, he could actually hit a lot more guys because he could hit them with punch, do a punch in, step in, throw him to the ground, and make it to his passing on the way down, which is what he's not doing right now. He's kind of content to stay in the guard and grind out that victory.
That's 2 yellow cards for Amoussou. He's going to go home broke. It's 20% of his purse already gone for the Frenchman.
That one just went to Nakamura got one too. So
Nakamura got one?
Yeah,
okay,
so
they're even now.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult to see which way these guys actually continue through because now both guys have to step up the pace.
The grinder. Nakamura is doing what he does well, and this is where... Oh, beautiful liver shot and left hook from Nakamura. The 2 best punches of the fight actually go the way of Nakamura. That was a superb combination, Frank. First of all, dropped the left hand to the liver, came upstairs, hooked him to the jawline.
He did all that while sticking with his judo root of stepping inside as he was doing both. He moved his feet forward, stepped right in, took him down to the ground. So it was a perfect combination of punching right to the guard game again.
I am so freaking impressed by Nakamura here. The grinder is going to do it again. He's going to grind out a very impressive decision. There will be no celebrations on the dream debut for Karl Amoussou. Oh, surely the judges will know to give this one to Nakamura. Even Judge Reinhold would know to give this one to Nakamura.
Yeah, I would hope so. You know, he's pretty smart. He fought this game very, very well. Nakamura stepped inside, controlled the pace, and put it in a spot where he could always be victorious. But it wasn't easy to get there because remember, you got to step inside against the guys trying to uppercut you and throw him to the ground. A couple flying knees that were always off balance. Never really went to it enough at the right time. And every time Amoussou got comfortable, he'd end up down on the ground. Looked like a tight guillotine when it first went down to the ground, but it ended up being very, very easy. And then just gets ground and pound. There's more and more the ground and pound by Nakamura. Very, very smart. Good haymaker right here. Comes over the top. A little bit higher. If he caught him in the temple, probably would have put him down, but hit him on the chin, right in the neckline. He had enough space to get out. Here's that big blow that we're talking about.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Look at that. Shot to the liver, then he hooks him to the jawline. That was just superb. Here we go with the decision. Superb combination, Frank. First of all, dropped the left hand to the liver, came upstairs, hooked him to the jawline.
He did all that while sticking with his judo root of stepping inside as he was doing both. He moved his feet forward, stepped right in, took him down to the ground. So it was a perfect combination of punching right to the guard game again.
I am so freaking impressed by Nakamura here. The grinder is going to do it again. He's going to grind out a very impressive decision. There will be no celebrations on the dream debut for Karl Amoussou. Oh, surely the judges will know to give this one to Nakamura. Even Judge Reinhold would know to give this one to Nakamura.
Yeah, I would hope so. You know, he's pretty smart. He fought this game very, very well. Nakamura stepped inside, controlled the pace, and put it in a spot where he could always be victorious. But it wasn't easy to get there because remember, you got to step inside against the guys trying to uppercut you and throw him to the ground. A couple flying knees that were always off balance. Never really went to it enough at the right time. And every time Amoussou got comfortable, he'd end up down on the ground. Looked like a tight guillotine when it first went down to the ground, but it ended up being very, very easy. And then just gets ground and pound. There's more and more the ground and pound by Nakamura. Very, very smart. Good haymaker right here. Comes over the top. A little bit higher. If he caught him in the temple, probably would have put him down, but hit him on the chin, right in the neckline. He had enough space to get out. Here's that big blow that we're talking about.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Look at that. Shot to the liver, then he hooks him to the jawline. That was just superb. Here we go with the decision. First judge to Nakamura. There you have it. You didn't have to be Sherlock Holmes to work it out. You could have been Johnny Holmes and worked it out. Nakamura on his dream debut takes it. For Karl Amoussou, it was not meant to be. but we will see more of the French Psycho here in Dream. The only problem was, Frank, it was not Psycho here tonight.
Well, he tried to be. It's very difficult to be Psycho against somebody that has the ability to hit you back when you're not expecting it and put you on the ground when you don't want it to happen. The only way to be Psycho is when you're in complete control. If you can control a Psycho, you stop any portion of his game. That's what Nakamura did tonight.
So Nakamura takes the victory, a sweet one indeed. And the crowd certainly appreciating it as we kick off a huge night of Dream 15.